Right now, with a possible end to the government shutdown in sight, what Governor Tony Evers is saying about the benefits after refusing to undo the ones given out by the Trump administration.
A big warm-up's on the way for southern Wisconsin. We're going to be all the way up into the 60s by the end of the week, but we have a little price to pay to get those warm temperatures. We're tracking light snow and gusty winds.
And it's a Monday night matchup in Green Bay. We are live at Lambeau Field ahead of the Packers' big game against the defending world champion Eagles, and we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6. Good evening. Thanks for watching. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson. The state of Wisconsin is expected to run out of money today to pay local food stores and retailers who accept food share benefits, according to Governor Tony Evers.
It's a result of the back and forth in the courts over whether the government can fund full or partial SNAP benefits for this month. So what does it mean for you if you're on SNAP? Armand Rahman joins us now to break it all down. Armand?
Well, Eric and Sarah, the governor's office doesn't expect any immediate impact for the state's food share recipients while it heads to court, along with 25 other states and governors, for what it calls mass confusion caused by the USDA and Trump administration.
We're going to continue to fight.
A fight that moved from paying for SNAP recipients' food to paying businesses to accept food share. According to Governor Tony Evers and others, after a judge had ordered the Trump administration to fund full SNAP benefits for November, they received word from the USDA that they would be reimbursed.
The people that are part of this program deserve 100%. We did it exactly like the judge said it was going to happen.
So the Evers administration and the Wisconsin DHS fully funded 700,000 Wisconsinites food share benefits for this month. But then the Trump administration appealed and another judge granted an emergency stay, and the USDA told states to undo those payments. Governor Evers responded with a flat no.
And the fact that they're trying to claw that back, that's embarrassing. That's embarrassing for any president of the United States, whether it's Donald Trump or somebody else.
Wisconsin's federal reimbursement was frozen, and the USDA says any full payments are, quote, unauthorized, and states that don't undo them could lose future federal funds. I asked Republican Congressman Brian Stile about Governor Evers refusing to undo SNAP payments and what that may mean for the state's future with USDA funding. He sent back a statement in which he says, quote, weeks ago I voted for and the House of Representatives passed legislation to fully fund SNAP and the rest of our federal government. While we appear to finally have an agreement to end this ridiculous shutdown, today numerous Democrats in the House and Senate are poised to vote to keep it going even longer. Evers and the Department of Agriculture, Trade and Consumer Protection say retailers should still accept food share and don't expect any issues for recipients.
It's the same amount that we had promised. It's not 60%, it's 100%.
And according to DATCAP, if any retailer denies you your food share benefit, simply state that you have a balance on your Quest card and you are able to use it, and call the Wisconsin Consumer Protection Hotline at the bottom of your screen.
Armand, thank you. Although it appears the government shutdown could at least get a full vote on a potential resolution, the impacts of it were still felt over the weekend for many air travelers.
That's right. Jalen Banks caught up with one of our very own who's been trying to make it back to Wisconsin, but due to several cancellations, she's been stuck.
According to the flight tracking website FlightAware, thousands of flights were impacted over the weekend. To cap off what was a disruptive weekend for air travel, by Sunday evening, more than 2,000 flights had been canceled and more than 8,000 flights were delayed. Of those canceled flights were several. First Warn meteorologist Savannah Brito was set to board. Savannah has been on vacation and was set to return back to the Midwest on Sunday. But after 3 canceled flights, she has not been able to return.
It's been about 18 hours since I've been stuck in Phoenix with little information, but I'm hoping that my flight tomorrow goes off without a hitch. There's several flights tomorrow that are nonstop, luckily, from Phoenix to Chicago. So I'm hoping I just go to the airport, get through security, and then they're able to get me on whatever flight I can get back on.
And the shutdown has impacted flights locally at the Dane County Regional Airport. As of November 7th, all airlines began reducing flights by 10%. This comes from a directive from the FAA, and this has led to 12 cancellations at the airport since the 7th. Another factor that could lead to delays this travel season is weather. Just this past weekend, we saw our first snowfall of the season. However, the airport says it's well prepared for the winter. Now, Savannah shares with me that if all things go as planned, she plans on being back tomorrow. For now, reporting in the newsroom, Jalen Banks, News 3 Now.
If you missed that, it's true. Savannah shares that she will be able to return tomorrow, hopefully, and be on the morning show.
Yeah, welcome back to Wisconsin. Well, President Trump is pardoning several Wisconsin Republicans involved in the 2020 fake elector scheme, but the move is largely symbolic. The pardons include 7 of Wisconsin's so-called fake electors, along with attorneys Kenneth Chesbrough and former Judge Jim Troupis and Trump aide Mike Roman. Trump's action has no effect on state-level prosecutions. Chesbrough, Troupis, and Roman are all facing felony charges in Wisconsin for their role in planning the so-called fake elector plot. Senator Ron Johnson praised the pardons, calling for State Attorney General Josh Kaul to end what he described as, quote, corrupt lawfare. Critics, including Law Forward attorney Jeff Mandel, called the pardons, quote, offensive, saying they send a message that undermines democracy.
The man accused of stalking Wisconsin Supreme Court Chief Justice Jill Karofsky will stand trial in January. Ryan Thornton is pleading guilty to 1 count of felony stalking. Prosecutors allege Thornton sent Karofsky repeated emails over several months, with some emails containing insulting language and others asking for her home address. Jury selection in the case is set to begin on January 26th, 2026, with the trial beginning the next day, and that trial is expected to last about 3 days.
The woman suspected of shooting and killing a DeForest woman in Milwaukee last week is now facing charges. Jamaica Mills is charged with first-degree reckless homicide with use of a dangerous weapon modifier. Mills accused of shooting Ariel Spillner, a pharmacy student at Concordia University. Now, according to the criminal complaint, first responders found both Mills and Spillner in the apartment with gunshot wounds. A handgun and 2 shell casings were recovered from the scene. The criminal complaint alleges that Mills and Spillner went to Mills' home to smoke marijuana. During that time, they say Spillner allegedly grabbed a scissors so she could cut her dog's hair. Mills said she became paranoid, thinking Spillner was going to stab her, and that's when she grabbed a gun and shot Spillner once. Mills then shot herself by accident. Mills scheduled to appear in court next Monday.
Well, turning to the weather now, a chilly start to the week, to say the least.
Yeah.
Here's Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington with how long these temperatures will stick around, and hopefully not too long.
And here's your answer right here, Sarah. Not long at all. Just got to get through Tuesday at 42, back up to normal Wednesday, 49, 53 Thursday, 58 Friday, and then we top out at 64 degrees by the time we get to the upcoming Saturday. Yes, I know it cools down afterwards, but these temperatures are normal mid-40s as we head out further into the 10-day forecast. Got a little price to pay, though, to get our temperatures back up into the 60s. It's going to take getting through some light snow and some wind to get there. Tonight, we've got temperatures in the 20s, so a bit on the cool side tonight. Average low is 31, so these are a few degrees below that. That light snow will be dotting the scene a little bit later in the overnight period. We're going to track that using Future Track when I come back in just a couple minutes. Right now, tracking temperatures 30 now in Madison, 28 right now. That's a triad in Prairie du Chien, Boscobel, and in Lone Rock. 29 in the Dells, a chilly 27 right now in Janesville. The reason why our temperatures are cooling off so quickly, we have clear skies right now. It's going to continue to cool off until those clouds fill in. We got 30 here in Madison. Areas to the east, we've got the upper 20s off to the west along Highway 14 in Cross Plains and in Middleton. And as I mentioned, we've got some light snow shower activity on the way. It's going to be moving through southern Wisconsin. Future Track is going to help us show you when that snow will start, when it will end, and how much snow you can expect by the time we wake up Tuesday morning. That's coming up.
Sounds great. Thank you, Alex. And you can track that forecast for yourself on our First Warn Weather app. It has hourly planners, road conditions, and radar. Just download it for free in your phone's app store, searching WISC Weather. Well, to Green Bay now, where the Packers are gearing up for a massive showdown with the defending champion Philadelphia Eagles.
It's a rematch of last year's wild card game where the Eagles knocked the Packers out of the playoffs. For more on tonight's big game, we go to Nash Dara live at Lambeau Field. Nash?
We are about an hour away from kickoff here at Lambeau Field in a game that has Packard fans and players circled on the schedule ever since its release back in May. See, the Packers are going against the Eagles tonight, the team that sent them packing last year. The 22-10 loss to the Birds in the NFC wildcard matchup last season was the last time these two teams met, and it was not the only loss to the Eagles that the Packers suffered last season, as they also lost their Week 1 game in Brazil to the reigning Super Bowl champs. There is no doubt that this one is personal.
You know, we're really getting ourselves prepared for this game. We played them twice last year and lost to them twice. So, you know, we're trying to get our get back. But it's not going to be easy. We know that, you know, they're not just going to lay down and give us a win. But I could say that for any team. You know, it's going to be a fun, exciting game on Wednesday.
The Packers are also looking to bounce back from their shocking and devastating loss last Sunday to the Carolina Panthers. And later in sports, we will hear from senior Packers insider Jason Wilde with more. For now, Lambeau Field, Nash Dara, News 3 Sports.
All right, Nash, thank you so much. I think his face is freezing a little bit up there. Enjoy the game. And the Milwaukee Bucks are returning to WISC TV this weekend. Morgan Murphy Media and WISC TV once again partnering with Weigel Broadcasting to bring Bucks games to fans here in Madison. The first free game to watch will be November 15th. The Bucks host Luka Doncic, LeBron James, and the Los Angeles Lakers. Coverage on that one starts at 7 o'clock. Next at 6, promising news for Americans living with heart disease or at risk for severe cardiovascular events.
Plus, Second Harvest Food Bank of Southern Wisconsin gets a boost of one of the most requested donation items. We'll be right back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. Drug maker Merck says it's developed a new daily cholesterol pill that can dramatically lower your LDL or bad cholesterol. It's an alternative, expensive monoclonal antibody injections that some Americans take. Now, the study looked at nearly 3,000 adults, and after 24 weeks, their LDL numbers dropped by almost 60%. Participants also took their daily statin since the two pills work differently to tackle high cholesterol. The data has not yet been published in a medical journal, so CBS News medical contributor Dr. Celine Gounder says it's important to be a little cautious about these results.
Until we see that data, you have to be a little skeptical. And then there are other things in terms of the study. They only looked at the LDL numbers. They didn't actually look at did it prevent heart attack and stroke. And ultimately, that's what matters here.
So Merck is expected to submit the drug for FDA approval next year, with it possibly becoming available in 2027. There's no word on what the price may be.
Sunshine Place Food Pantry in Sun Prairie celebrating a critical donation, nearly 31,000 individual servings of shelf-stable chocolate milk. That's thanks to partners at Kemp's and Pick and Save. Community partners stress the importance of donations like this, which can be distributed without refrigeration and ensure that families have access to nutrition even when resources are tight.
Milk is a staple for most households, and chocolate milk is especially popular with kids. And 40% of the folks that use the pantry are 17 and under. It's just one of those niche things that we otherwise probably have a hard time getting. So this is a fantastic donation for the food pantry.
The pantry invites the community to learn more or get involved at sunshineplace.org.
Well, speaking of giving, the community center is getting ready to, the Goodman Community Center, getting ready to help families in need for Thanksgiving. Beginning Saturday, they're looking for food and money to help fill 4,000 Thanksgiving baskets. News 3 Now is a proud partner of this annual Thanksgiving basket drive. You can start donating online right now at goodmancenter.org/donate. Still ahead at 6, Visa and MasterCard strike a deal to lower merchant fees.
Plus, after ending one prematurely due to severe weather, how you can get free tickets to next year's State Fair. Stay with us.
And we'll tell you also what the temperature is looking like for the rest of the week. Alex returns with the full forecast when we come back.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
There could be some changes for people who use plastic at the register. Visa and MasterCard have come to terms on a deal with retailers that is set to lower merchant fees. The Wall Street Journal says the agreement would end a 2-decade-old dispute with merchants, which would result in lowering fees that stores pay while giving them more power to deny some credit cards. But it may also threaten consumer rewards programs. For example, a store that takes one sort of Visa credit card might not have to take all Visa credit cards. Although the deal has been announced, it still requires court approval before it goes into effect.
Well, people who had tickets for this final day of this year's State Fair, which had to be canceled, can now exchange them for admission to next year's fair. The State Fair canceled its last day, of course, due to heavy rain that flooded the Milwaukee area. The exchange is open now from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. today through Friday, and then again 9 a.m. to 4 on Saturday. Tickets and vouchers that were intended to be used on Sunday, August 10th are eligible. The 2026 Wisconsin State Fair will take place August 6th through the 16th.
Temperatures warming back up as the week goes on. Alex rejoins us now. And Alex, I think Savannah's going to get a little shock when she comes back.
Yes. Hopefully Savannah will arrive back tomorrow, be back on the morning show by Wednesday. And Savannah, yes, if you happen to be tuning in to our stream on channel3000.com, you're going to be waking up. The temperatures in the 30s, and all we're going to get up to is to 49. And I shouldn't say all we're going to get up to. That's normal, actually, for this time of year. But what is not normal, that's 64 by the time we get to the weekend. Then we tumble after that behind a weather system, which we're going to give you a first glimpse of at the end of my weathercast here. All part of the three things you need to know. A little snow shower activity tonight. That's part of the price to pay to get to the mild stuff as we head out towards the rest of the upcoming work week. 1 o'clock in the morning. Here's that snow shower up by the Black River Falls area. As you head towards 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, it becomes a little bit more widespread. Camp Douglas, down to the Dells, down to Lone Rock, over towards Mineral Point. Platteville could see a couple of snowflakes, and then it sweeps across southern Wisconsin, stretching from Marquette, Green Lake counties down towards Beaver Dam, Watertown, Madison, and then near the Janesville area before it then sweeps off all the way to the south and to the east here with partly cloudy conditions in the west part of our area out towards the Mississippi River and cloudy conditions for Madison areas to the east. And it'll take a little while for these clouds to clear on out as we go through Tuesday. Overall amounts tonight, just get the broomstick out. That's about all you're going to need here. Less than an inch, dusting at most across southern Wisconsin with this little last blip of winter-like temperatures, which will get into the mid and upper 20s tonight. Likely seeing these temperatures in the late evening hours, right around midnight. Then the clouds fill in, and then we have that light snow. So we're going to see our low tonight closer to midnight, and then temperatures will start to go up ahead of that and along with that weather system. But not a very warm day on Tuesday. We're going to do 42 in Madison, 41 in Baraboo, 43 in Lone Rock, and 46 to the west in Prairie du Chien. Breezy conditions. That's another part of our weather story. I said price to pay. Little light snow tonight, and here's the other price. The wind, no gone with the wind in our forecast here, gusting at times of 35 miles per hour Tuesday, going into Wednesday morning, going into Wednesday night, still gusty winds, and then as we head towards Thursday, there we go. By the time we get to the latter part of the afternoon hours and early evening hours on Thursday, we'll see those winds ease on up to right around calm to 5 miles per hour. And then we got that really nice day in the forecast on Friday. Not expecting it to be windy on Friday. It'll be windy on Saturday, though, with those gusty winds coming out of the south-southwest, getting those temperatures up to around 64 degrees. With that front coming through Saturday night going into Sunday with a few showers, that's going to signal us towards the cooler temperatures as we head towards next week. Here's a first glimpse of that in the upper Midwest. Here comes that cold front on Saturday, sweeping into Wisconsin. Rain showers from the UP of Michigan down to Madison, along and ahead of that cold front, and then it's out here by Sunday morning. But then what won't be out of here will be gusty winds that we'll contend with on Sunday with cooler temperatures on the way. So a little bit of everything in the forecast this week. The snow tonight, gusty winds, warm temperatures, and then a weather system next weekend. Par for course for fall.
But all a little warmer than today.
Oh, yes.
That's what we care
Just
about.
had to get
That was chilly. And they're feeling, speaking of chilly night for a football game.
Yeah,
Huh?
it definitely is. And coming up next in sports, we head out to Lambeau Field as the Packers look for revenge against a team that knocked them out of the playoffs last season. Stay with us. The reigning Super Bowl champs, the Philadelphia Eagles, just touched down in Green Bay for Monday Night Football matchup at Lambeau Field, where Nash Dara is live. Nash, what are the vibes out there? Do you feel any tension?
We are staying warm in Green Bay, and we are also counting down the minutes now to Monday Night Football between the Packers and the reigning Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. The Packers, looking to get out of a hole they dug themselves last week, could be limited tonight. However, on the offensive front, senior Packer insider Jason Wilde shares about the Packers injuries.
Thanks, Nash. The Packers come into this game with 3 wide receivers on their injury report listed as questionable. And that's a big question mark, considering that they are trying to figure out how they're going to move forward without their star tight end, Tucker Kraft, who was lost for the season last Sunday to a torn ACL in his right knee. Dontavion Wicks with a calf injury, Matthew Golden with a shoulder injury, and Savion Williams with a foot injury are all questionable, but here's a good early sign. The Packers only elevated one player from their practice squad, and it wasn't a wide receiver. It was linebacker Christian Welch from Iola, Scandinavia, who will move up to the 53-man roster for this one. So that is a good sign that they must feel at least hopeful that their wide receivers will all be able to go. We will find that out 90 minutes before kickoff, so around 5:45 p.m. We'll have full coverage on channel3000.com after the game. Back to you.
Thank you, Jason. Matthew Golden is confirmed and active tonight, but Dontavian Wicks and Savion Williams will be good to go as they were listed as active. At Lambeau Field, Nash Dara, News 3 Sports.
All right.
Thanks,
Nash, thank you. Kate.
Yeah, thank you, Nash. I mean, that's going to be a good fight tonight. I'm excited to see who comes out on top, man.
But part of you has to be a little glad you're not there freezing.
Oh, yeah, I'm definitely glad I'm in here staying warm. I don't want to be in Green Bay freezing.
Right. Slightly warmer in here.
Stay warm out there, Nash.
Alex, final check.
Yeah, this is the little price we got to pay. Chilly tonight with a little bit of light snow, then chilly on Tuesday. And there we go. Temperatures all the way up to the 60s by the end of the upcoming weekend. Coming up tonight at 10, we'll have a latest with Future Track to show you where those snow showers are going to be, and Radar 3000 later tonight.
I like the looks of that, I should say.
Yeah,
Alex,
me too.
Thanks for joining us. Coming up next, Entertainment Tonight.
And our next show is at 10 o'clock. Please join us, of course, as always. And you can find us streaming anytime, 24/7 on Channel 3000+.